Hi mamas, today we are diving into the 4th week of the FlyLady baby steps, and I hope that you've been following along, because if you have, you've already seen the progress. I've seen it over in the Facebook group. We've had so many new people join in and posting those pictures and asking good questions and getting the motivation to keep it going. So get up and get moving and enjoy this video. Thank you so much.
Is there anybody else out there that just struggles with keeping on task? I mean, like, I can lose it in 2 seconds. Well, today we are going to talk about some of the things that FlyLady recommends to keep you focused on getting things done around the house. So let's dive in. So here's the way my day usually runs. I start off on focus. I get dressed to shoes, I make my bed, I've got those tasks down pat. But then after my morning routine, I settle in, I'm starting to do things, and I have this list, this 1,000-page list of all the things that I, in my mind, think I can do in like 5 minutes.
I get up, I go upstairs to put laundry away upstairs. While I'm upstairs, I see something out of place, I pick it up. Well, I'll go into the office to put it away. I see my computer. Before you know it, I've completely forgotten that I was putting laundry away, and now it's 2 or 3 hours later, I've got nothing done. Does that sound familiar?
So day 22 is all about tackling the procrastination and the distractions in your house so that you can get things done. One of the keys for the FlyLady baby steps is the control journals. So I know that it's hard to take time to do these random things that you don't feel are all that important when it comes to your cleaning routine, but your control journal may not be so important right this minute, but it can prove to be a lifesaver in an emergency. Let's spend some time, 15 minutes on the clock. We are gonna deep dive into things that would make life a little bit easier. No more procrastinating about your control journal. This is not a hard day, but it's an important day. And my control journal is so much more. This is like the home maintenance Bible. It is everything that you would need in a pinch in one place, so that if you want to grab it and sit down and get some work done, you don't have to get up again to go get other things. You know what I'm saying? We can build this out to include anything that would make life easier for you. I went ahead and got on the computer and I created some things that I was having a hard time finding, and it was inspired. I think it was Carrie. Who was it? I think it was Carrie over in the Facebook group. She did a Monday checklist that was so cool, and she was kind enough to share that, and I'm happy to show you where it is over on Facebook. I know that she would be fine with sharing it, but she had me inspired to do something as well. I wanted to add a lot of things to it so that I could take out some extra pages out of my binder. What I have created is just a daily plan that includes areas for all of the things we're going to do in the future. So right now we're not doing all of this, but look how cute is this. So the way that I make this work in my binder is I use these clear paper cover thingies, and I put the paper inside of there, and I use a dry erase marker to do check marks or to mark things off of a list, and that lets me not have to reprint this over and over again, which could get expensive and could be a hassle. FlyLady has a couple of things that she recommends that you would put into your binder that would make life a little easier and help remind you of things that you're going to be working on as we go into the daily focus. So the primary thing is a shopping list. So I've got this in my sleeve. I have used my little dry erase marker, and I've planned out my menu. I also go through and make a list of things that I'm missing from my cabinets that I'm going to need for these recipes, and then I put over here things that I need to stock up on. So if I see a good sale on it, then I know that these are some things that I need to get 1 or 2 extras because I'm running low. This, I can just take a photo of it and take it with me to the store, or I can simply pull this whole page off, take it with me, mark things off as I get it. But that's not all. FlyLady has a whole list of other things that she would see as important things to put in there. She calls her control journal an office in the bags. She wants you to have everything in one place. Another thing that you could probably do is keep up with your household budget. Now, I'm not saying like all of the bills, unless that's what you want to do. To have a running household budget lets me know how much I paid myself to do groceries and errands and all the things, and I do a cash envelope system. So as I make a purchase, I can subtract it out of my running totals, and then at the bottom I can kind of keep up with how much I'm spending, what I'm spending it on, and it really helps me stay really focused on getting the things that we actually need and separating money for gifts and doing things like that. So I like this. This goes hand in hand with my cash envelopes that I like to do. So fun, and it's got a savings goal. So if I am saving for a project, I can add to that. So my projects, I've got just kind of an idea of things that I would like to get done in the house. It's not things that I'm going to get done in one day, but it helps me brainstorm the ideas. I also can address any negative thoughts that I'm having right away by coming up with positive solutions for that. Then I can write out materials that I'm going to need to get, budget that I'm going to set, quotes that maybe will help me just stay focused and just breathe. 15 minutes a day will keep it going. I like that. Then I've got, of course, all of the motivation on the back so that it's right there in one place. And something a lot of people don't even think about is what happens if your phone goes dead and you are stuck in traffic and your car breaks down. What are you going to do? I mean, do you know everybody's phone numbers these days? I know I don't. I would not begin to know the mechanic's phone number if I needed something. What about AAA? Like all of those things. Yes, we have OnStar, but you have to pay for that, and I'm a little cheap. I have got these emergency contact sheets where you can write out all of your family, your closer friends, your neighbors' phone numbers, because what happens if you're not going to get home and you need a neighbor to go in and like let the dog out? You know, it's good to have phone numbers on you in case you're stuck or you lose your phone. Also, what about doctors' contact information, babysitter contact information, electric company, water company? You don't want there to be an emergency and you're running around trying to find a phone number online for your local water department. Write it down in your control journal. Keep your control journal really handy, and then if something happened, you know exactly where to go, grab it, and you've got everything that you need. You guys, as an ex-medical person, I have noticed that 99% of the population under the age of 60 doesn't know their own health information, which is craziness. We don't know our medications, we don't know our dosages, we don't know what we're taking it for, we just take stuff. And it's even harder when you're taking care of multiple kids, you're taking care of parents, maybe you're a caregiver. So it is so important that you have a running list of their information, name, date of birth, their insurance information if you feel comfortable putting that there, all of their medications and what they're for, all of their past surgeries, all of their little notes, like their, maybe they have nut allergies and things like that. You want to put all their allergies there. Maybe they can't tolerate, certain kinds of anesthesia very well. Put it on the sheet, and that way, if something were to happen, you've got this. You can, in an emergency, hand this to an emergency worker. Even when you're panicked and you can't think straight, you can just give them the sheet. If something, heaven forbid, were to happen, you would not be responsible for having to remember details in a panic. This is amazing. So I scared you a little bit, guys. I don't mean to. This is like your prepper's notebook. This is everything. So make sure that you build it out and put whatever it is. This is yours. This is like your brain right here. So anything and everything you can even consider thinking about, put it in here. So one of the things that I have really loved is on these checklists, because I can just grab it and take it with me through the day. And Diane from Denmark does this on a little card. She has a card in her cleaning kit for the things that she's supposed to do for each day, and it makes it easy. It's a little reminder, because until you've got the full muscles of the cleaning routine, you need those reminders, or you're gonna stop and get caught up on something. I'm betting you that there's already been times when you've been putting laundry away, you've opened a drawer and you're like, I really need to clean this out. And then you go into an hour session of cleaning out a drawer when you were just putting the laundry away, right? Don't try to do all of it at the same time. So if you're just now finding us, this is day like 25, 22. This is day number 22. If you are just now finding us on day number 22, the thing that we want you to take away from is start where you are. So start with this project today and then go back through and listen to the other days so that you know how we've built it. You're going to create a list, a master list of all of the things that you need to be doing, and we want you to just check it off. Now, the goal is not to do 100 things in 2 hours all day long, whatever. The goal is to break it into bite-sized pieces and sprinkle them all throughout the day so that you don't feel overwhelmed and so that you don't get, out of breath and worn out. If you have health limitations, that's fine. You can make a simplified list of things. A lot of the things in the 31 baby steps are not physical things. A lot of them are actually desk work kind of things. We are cleaning the house and clearing your mental clutter. So think of it that way. There are some days that are mental days that we've got to get you on track, check in, make sure that we're laser focused on the task at hand. So I just want to give you a great big hug. Yay. Thank you so much for watching this and choosing to watch this channel. I am just the average American woman. I've got a hot mess house. I'm a hot mess mom. It's all craziness. But throughout the last couple of years, I have slowly and steadily been chipping away at the mystery of how to keep things tidy. And FlyLady was crucial for me. And that's why I have such a burning passion and desire to share that with you guys. So we are getting so much done over in the Facebook group. I hope that you're with us over there, and if not, join in. There's a lot of love and a lot of support and engagement going on over there, and we love to see your progress. So take pictures, show them. Guys, I'm really struggling today with my ADHD, and I know that you can see it too, but you guys, the bottom line is I want to save you all the time that I can. I want to inspire you and help you really gain control over things, and I've created things that help me. If you want what I'm using, I am more than happy to list this over in the shop. Guys, I hope that you don't think that I'm trying to sell you on products. I really try not to, but I know when I was working, I didn't have time to do some things, and if I could just hit print and it was $3, it was worth it not to have to deal with it. So that's where I'm coming from. But please, please, please know that my heart is just to make it easier for you guys. Anyways, I love y'all so much. I'm having a hard day today, so pray for me, and I will see y'all tomorrow. What exactly is an afternoon routine, and how do I incorporate it in an already crazy day, especially if I'm working outside of the home? Well, don't worry, we are gonna figure it out today. Well, today with the baby steps, we are talking about baby step 23, and that is adding the afternoon routine to your control journal. So I have pulled out my Monday plans control page that I talked about yesterday. So when you get home from work, whatever time that is, I want you to do a couple of simple things. Now, stay-at-home moms, these are the same things for you. You're just going to start them right after you pick the kids up from school. So the first thing is flip your laundry. That just means that you're going to take that laundry that you started this morning, you're going to take it from the washer and get it to the dryer and get it started. That way it is going while you get dinner finished. 2, I want you to get dinner on the table. So don't try to be all crazy. Don't try to be Betty Crocker right now, but have a plan for your meal before you get home so that you know what to get done and you're not in a panic at the last minute trying to figure it out. So have some basic go-to meals that you plan through the week. You can get as crazy as you want on the weekends, but through the week when you're working, make them simple, make them reproducible, and make them short and sweet. The goal here is not to be a gourmet. The goal here is to feed your family. So you're going to spend 30 minutes. You're going to get dinner on the table. If you are blessed enough to have a partner that's going to help you with this, then that is excellent. Let them get things started before you even get home. Now, the third thing, I like to do this while my dinner is warming up, cooking, whatever. A 2-minute hot spot fire drill. So I usually tackle the corner of my counter. That is my biggest hot spot. That's where we drop the mail. That's where my purse goes. That's where kids' papers go. So while something is heating up on the stove or whatever, I'll go over there and I'll straighten that area up for just 2 minutes. We're not going to spend a long time here, but tidy it up, deal with the mail, try to handle things once. So as you're tidying it up, you know trash from bills. Go ahead and take care of it. Have a little place that you keep bills and only bills. Get that together, important papers together, and everything else needs to go straight to the trash. Don't leave piles to go through later. So if you're still cooking, you've got something in the oven, it's going to take a few minutes. The last thing that I have on my afternoon routine is my 15-minute declutter. Now, stay-at-home moms, you can do this anytime during the day that you prefer. So if you want to do it during your morning routine, that is fine. I put it in my afternoon routine because I like to spread my things out all throughout the day. So 15 minutes, you're just going to declutter whatever area you're currently working on. And I like the method that Dana White does. She does progress and only progress. So you're not going to start taking out everything and laying it out on the floor. You pull things out that are obvious trash. You pull things out that are obvious donations. So you've got a bag of trash, you've got a box for donations. That's the only two things you're pulling out. If you still have time at the end, then you pick out one thing at a time and take it to the place that you would naturally want to keep it. So if I pull out, you know, a screwdriver from a drawer and I have a toolbox in the garage, I need to take the screwdriver straight to the toolbox and put it away. That way I'm not creating more piles and more clutter that will have to be dealt with later. After you finish your 15 minutes of declutter, you walk away. This is not the time to continue to just push yourself to get things done. Now, mamas, if you are working and you are hardcore and you're truly exhausted, if you don't want to declutter every day and you want to do a declutter on the weekend that lasts a little bit longer, that is fine. This is your routine. Make it work for you. And the last thing on my afternoon routine is just to remember to drink water. I need to remind myself throughout the day to get my water in. I try to do at least 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, and 2 after dinner. That way I get my 8 glasses for the day. However you need to make that work, go ahead. Once that is done and your dinner comes out of the oven, you are done until about 30 minutes before bedtime. So I don't want you to have it in your mind that you are going to be cleaning all day, every day. This afternoon routine is simply to get you to reboot that laundry so that it's not left in the washer or the dryer overnight, and to get dinner on the table. And I hope that you are blessed enough that you have someone helping you with these tasks, but if you're not, that's okay. So we've already had our morning routine written out. We've got our evening routine written out. We're continuing to add things onto them, and now we've got our afternoon started. So remember, you don't have to do anything crazy. All of these tasks we are going to continue to add little pieces to, but guys, we are so close to the end. Don't think for a second that there's this much more to go through. There really, really isn't. We've got a lot of days that are just motivational type of days that are sprinkled in because you are already doing the majority of the work. And I don't know about you, but because we've sprinkled it through the day, it just doesn't feel as bad as it did when I saw that big long list of things I was supposed to get done. Let me know in the comments below if you're feeling overwhelmed or if sprinkling it through the day is actually helping you be consistent, because I found that one bite at a time, I could manage this. When I saw the big list and they just said, do it, I just couldn't. So let me know in the comments how you're doing. Don't forget to take a picture of the routine that you set up. If you need to rearrange it, it's yours. Do it how it works for you. Just give it a little thought. 15 minutes on the clock to write something out and put it in your control journal today. Good morning. So if you want to know how to keep the clutter and the mess from your bathrooms, today is the video for you. So let's dive in. So today is day 24 of the FlyLady Baby Steps, and this morning I have just gotten out of the shower, I have gotten dressed, I've made my bed, and the next step on my morning routine is what we're talking about today. We're doing what she calls a swish and swipe, and that's just a FlyLady term that you will come to know and to love because we talk about the swish and swipe all the time. I'm going to go ahead and use a cleaning wipe. All you're going to do is just wipe things down and put things away. That is it. This is only going to take you maybe 2 minutes, but you're going to do it every single day. I like to grab just something easy. I keep these under the sink. I have several different brands, whatever's on sale, but I like to have a heavy duty cleaner in bathrooms for sure, because we definitely don't want any, you know, bacteria and things like that to be spread. So if you can get rid of all of the clutter, all of the extra things, you can wipe down even faster. So it's especially important to remember the less is more mentality on this. When I worked in the hospital, they would do trainings on how to disinfect things, and basically what they always said is when you're disinfecting a contaminated area, bathroom toilet is a prime example from that. You always want to take your cleaning rag and you clean from the least contaminated to the most contaminated, and then you throw it away. That way you're not spreading anything around. So I always do kind of the outside areas, and then I move towards the inside areas, and that just keeps you from smearing it around and keeping it all over the place. I use a scrub brush. I have it drying, drip drying on the bowl now. That was it. The entire thing, even including washing my hands, takes like 1 to 2 minutes. I know a lot of you guys are like, you need to wear gloves. I am very old school, so I don't wear gloves. Don't come for me. I do wash my hands immediately. I'm using bleach all over it, so it should be fine. Now, I take my towel and just wipe down any drops that I just created from washing my hands, and we are good to go. The last step that I like to do is to open all the windows up, because I like sunlight coming in. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I've got ladybugs all over the place. So if you have a tip to get rid of ladybugs in the house, comment that below, because I would love that. I've tried lavender and all kinds of things. They're still here. Introducing the Swish and Swipe into your daily routine as part of your morning routine, you can completely reduce how long it takes you to actually deep clean your bathrooms, which is amazing. I personally alternate which bathroom I'm working in. The master needs the most love downstairs because it's the one that we actually get ready in. But I also want to make sure that I'm focusing on the upstairs bathroom, because if we have a guest, they would use that, and that seems to be the absolute dirtiest, because I've got 2 kids that are always, you know, showering there. They're teenagers and in their 20s, so, you know, they get a little grimy, a little nasty. So I do alternate through all of my bathrooms and give it just a little love every day. Today I did the master, tomorrow I do the half bath, the next day I'll go upstairs and do their bathroom, then I'll do the other bathroom. So I just kind of alternate it all around so that I'm hitting them all. My honey just brought me a coffee. Yay! This one thing is going to stop you from having to deep clean all the time in the bathrooms, because we're going to build up a routine that maintains it, so that when you do get to those zone cleaning tasks, it doesn't take nearly as long. When you are doing your zone cleaning, I think it's zone 3 is bathrooms. I focus on all the other bathrooms during zone 3, and then in the master zone, which is zone 4, I include my master bath in that, because I do a master suite deep clean then. So it does help balance things out, but having a daily swish and swipe really reduces how long it takes to get things going, and it keeps all the bathrooms looking fairly fresh, so no matter what day somebody drops in, you're always covered. Have you ever wondered who exactly is the FlyLady and what is the big deal about her plan? Well, today we are going to learn a little bit more about the FlyLady, so that you'll kind of have an understanding of where this all comes from and why it really does work so well for all of us who are not perfect. All right, so the first thing we're going to do today is day 25 of the FlyLady baby steps. So I've got my laptop out. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go over to the website, as always, right? It seems like every other day we are at FlyLady.net. You are going to be learning about the FlyLady. So she wants you to get on your computer, go over to her website, and read her personal testimony, because you're going to probably find out that she's a lot more relatable than you ever thought possible. So what you're going to do is I want you to go all the way to the bottom, and we are going to go to the About section. So basically, if you ask who is the FlyLady, it says Marla Silly is the original FlyLady, but she is not a pilot. She doesn't fly a plane. It started off with her not having anything to do with cleaning, and as she tried to learn how to control her own chaos and her own clutter through the sidetracked home executives, then she really found her groove, so to speak. And then people started asking her how she's doing it, and in '99, that's when it all kind of blew up and she became what we know as the FlyLady. Now, she's been mentoring groups ever since, and she is always open to anybody that wants to join. All she ever wanted to do was to help people. So that is her heart. She is here for you. She wants you to have success no matter your situation. And I think that's where the beauty is that her love of you, she has poured so much time answering questions, over 23 years worth of questions and helping and mentorship. She's really seen and done it all, and she's included so much of that in her website. Now, I bash her website all the time because y'all know I think it needs a slight update, but to be honest, there's not another website that's got as much information as the FlyLady.net website, and there's not anybody that I think has the heart to serve like she does. Regardless of if you agree with her politics, regardless if you like the website or you like the YouTube videos, she is here to help you succeed. And because of that heart, I am here as well to help you succeed. I've followed many different plans, and they give you the information and walk away and kind of leave you high and dry unless you pay a lot of money for it. FlyLady is not like that. She really, really is a servant at heart, and you are going to be blessed if you will just deep dive and learn a little bit more about it. So she's got 3 kind of core values that she sticks to. Number one, don't sweat the small stuff. So don't get twisted and tied up in a knot if you can't get every checkbox off your list. Let it go. Do what you can. Don't overthink it. Just every day doing something is going to add up. The next one is laugh every day. That's why she has these silly songs that we just played today. It makes cleaning so much funner, and I really do encourage on Mondays, if you will find whatever time she plays in your area. If for me in Central Time Zone, it's at 10 o'clock on YouTube, and it's always a blessing. I end up smiling my way through it, and the rest of my day feels just a lot better. So I do highly advise you to check her out on Mondays, because you are going to come away with, number one, your house straightened up, but number two, just an upbeat spirit. I love that. And the third thing that she says is love like there's no tomorrow. And isn't that just about the best advice ever? Make sure that you're loving on yourself, loving on your family, loving on the people around you. The better we are at managing our chaos, the more time we're going to have to bake cookies for our neighbors, to, make our husband's favorite recipes, to buy extra little things for them to have on special days. When we are more prepared, we can think ahead, do those extra little things. I absolutely love it when I happen to be doing something and I see, my husband's favorite little snacks, or I can get him a cup of coffee before he gets up, so that I can just show him in that little bitty effort that I love him so very much. And it doesn't cost a penny a lot of times to do those extra little things. Anyways, I hope this is a blessing for you. You guys are such a blessing for me. Are you feeling like you're absolutely running behind and you don't know how you're ever going to catch up with all of the lists and all of the tasks? Well, today we're going to break it down for you. So today is day 26 of the FlyLady Baby Steps, and I know a lot of us are totally just overwhelmed and feeling behind, and that's what today's focus is all about. It's all about dealing with that feeling that we are not doing everything we're supposed to be doing, and that we have not checked all those boxes. Okay, so I'm all snugged in for an actual one-on-one chat with you, so that we can really figure out where you're at, where your mind is, what's that headspace feeling like right now. So as a new person to FlyLady, the amount of things that we're expected to change in a short amount of time can feel sometimes even more overwhelming than the actual clutter that we're always battling. but I wanted to give you just a little bit of advice. I was on Facebook this morning. In fact, I should find that. It resonated with me, and I had no idea this was what we were talking about today, but I absolutely loved it. So, you don't just suddenly wake up and become her. You work for her, you pray for her, you grow and evolve into her. It really got me thinking, like, that hit me, like, you know, bullseye right on my forehead kind of hit me, that most of my adult life, and even as a kid, I was always trying to be someone else. There were people in my schools that had the perfect families, they had the perfect life, they just had their stuff together. They had a confidence that things were okay, and I just never felt that way. I always felt like I was one little baby step away from complete and total disaster. You know, I've always felt like I was right on this cliff to oblivion. And it stems, I'm sure, from, you know, traumatic childhood memories and all the things that people would tell you. But the realization that I'm trying to be someone else, really, I mean, emotions hit me, because as I got into FlyLady, I started to become her. I started to become the woman who had her SHIT together. I started to, you know, get up and get ready a bit better in the mornings, because I wasn't running late trying to figure out what I was going to wear or where my keys were and things like that. Because I set up my evening routine, my mornings were better. And because my mornings were better, my day got better. And because my day was better, my evenings were better. And it was just this beautiful circle that got created by taking that first faithful step in saying, I want a different life. So no, we're not going to go into all of the like psycho babble about what that means about me or about you or anything else. But I just wanted you to know that I think that going into, a lot of you, your third week, we are there. We are seeing the progress and we're getting excited. But you may not have tipped the scale yet. You may still be struggling with day 4's task. You may still be struggling with keeping the sink cleaned out. Whatever the stumbling block that you have, just look at it and think about it. If you want to be her, that version of you that feels more confident, that version of you that doesn't get rattled every time things go just slightly off track, you know, that's barely holding on. So one little swerve and you've lost all control. If you want to be better than that, because that's what I felt like. I felt like I was so close to the edge that, I mean, just a deep breath would knock me over and catastrophe awaited. So when I got these routines going, it shifted me a little bit farther away from that edge. And each time I kind of accomplished a small task, and you guys will get those small tasks, but like my husband, my kids, they would not understand the magnitude of a sink that didn't have dishes in the morning. But for me, that was just a huge like hug, because it was like, way to go, Terry. And I need that because, you know, I came from like this traumatic thought process of I was never going to be good enough. You know, I want to be that mom that had it all together. She was so organized and nothing rattled her. And yet I was the one screeching tires trying to get there on time with some cookies that were falling apart that I got from Kroger because I completely forgot and we were late and all of the things. And I wanted to be different. And unfortunately, my kids didn't see that side of me as they were growing up, which kills me because I really, really, really wish that this version of me could have been the 20-year-old raising babies, because they deserved that. And I was young and I didn't know who I was and I didn't know how to be that for them. But I know now, and so my desire is to help them transition to who they are supposed to be without the guilt and without all of that, you know, terrible thought process that, you know, they're always behind. And I don't want you guys to have it either. So today, FlyLady built in this day to check that thought. She on purpose gave us this day to really think about how far we've come and who we are, and to celebrate the her that we're becoming, because you have to see and know who you want to be, and you have to start believing that you're getting there. And I never dreamed that I would start bawling on camera. Let me get it back together. Hold on. Let me get a drink. So yeah, FlyLady built in this day not to make us cry, but actually as a little bit of a gift, so that if you're feeling like you're behind, if you feel like you just need an extra day to catch up, here it is. She is giving you the extra day, and it's not because you are behind, because we get in the mindset that because there are day 1 and day 2, that means that if you're, it's January 24th and you're still on day 3, that we're behind, and that's not the truth. It really isn't the truth. And I want you to know that I did not get this process in one 31-day baby step. Most of the ladies that are in our group have admitted they did not get this process in their first try. This is a lot of change, and she does go slower than almost every cleaning routine that I've ever seen, because she really wants you to absorb it. And it's better for you to go really slow and get frustrated that we don't deep clean on the first day, but get these tasks and feel each step how they're building you, and each day is the next step in the path to becoming her. That's the beauty of FlyLady, is that she has built this in so that if you need to hit pause, hit it. If you have a week at work that just, you've got projects due and you've got 1,000 things and you need to focus there more than adding new tasks to what we've got going on at home, then hit pause. Keep doing what you've learned so far and focus where your focus needs to be. But the second that focus, that work situation resolves itself or gets to a manageable place, then come back and learn the next steps. But don't quit the steps. That's the thing. You can hit pause as many times as you want, but the rule that I'm giving you is that if you need to hit pause, that means you're pausing from learning anything new, but you continue to do the tasks that you've already learned. You have to have some forgiveness. Grace is a wonderful thing, so don't worry about if occasionally you don't get every box checked. That's perfect. What I'm saying that is, if you need to put a pause on the system for a day or two because you've got family coming in, or because you've got, sick kids at home, do the maintenance, do the daily routines that we've built so far. Keep doing those so things don't pile up while you're on pause, but you don't have to learn new things. I really hope this makes sense, because my ADHD mind kind of hops around. So if I am not making sense, I apologize, but I am praying that God is going to use my words and He's going to make a miracle happen, that you will get the intention that I'm giving it, because I really, really want you to know that you're not behind. You're right where you need to be. You can start today fresh and new. If you've had a setback, let it go, because the beauty of this is that 26 days ago you were in a lot worse shape than you are today. You are better than you were 26 days ago. A lot better, because now you've got a different mindset and you see the path to the person you wanted to be from the start. So I want you to take a minute or two and just reflect on what all of this means. What is your why? Why does it matter? Because when you know the why, when you really drill all the way down to, well, it matters because I want a clean house. Well, why does that matter? Well, a clean house means that I'm a productive human, you know. Well, why do you care about being a productive human? When you drill all the way down, it usually comes from a place inside. It's not what the world thinks, even though we say, I want people to think I'm all this. No, really deep down, we have somebody in mind that we want to be or her. There's some version of you that you have put as unattainable, and it's completely attainable, especially if you just embrace it. Become the mama that you want to be. Use this as a tool in your arsenal to get there, and just remember, today is not, you know, oh gosh, I'm so far behind. No, today is, we're doing pretty good. In fact, we're doing freaking awesome. And look at the things that I've gotten done in the short amount of time that I've been trying to do things. And we are hitting the habit mark, because it takes 21 days to fully create a habit. And a lot of you have already surpassed that, and some of you are just now getting there. But keep going. Just keep going. Pat yourself on the back. Give me those comments. Give me those pictures over in the group. I love it. I didn't mean to take you down a path that was all negative and dark, but sometimes I get all emotional because I feel so guilty that my kids didn't have this version of me. But I feel excited because I can pass this version of me on to you guys, and I can pass it on to my adult kids now so that they can see that it's never too late. You can become that version. All you've got to do is keep taking those steps every single day. You're fine. You really, really are fine. Just pick up where you can, you know, do the task that you need to do today, and we will get together tomorrow and work on the next step. But if you need to put a pause, it's perfectly fine to pause the system, do your maintenance, and then pick it up when life gets just a touch easier. But remember, don't pause forever. All right, let's close in prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you. Thank you for revealing things in a Facebook post. Thank you for letting me really see my true worth and my true heart, and that I'm more than I thought I was, and that we just reveal to us how you see us, because you see the true person inside, not the person that we see through the eyes of people here on this world. I thank you that you've created us individually. There's not another person like us, and you said it was beautiful, and we just need to remember to embrace that. There's only one truth, and that is your truth, Father God, and I just praise your name, and I thank you. I thank you for my imperfect hair and freckles and all the things that I thought made me less than. I now see that they're all beautiful things that you put together with a purpose and design. You gave me a great big heart to help people, in spite of the fact that my brain is all over the place. But there's a beauty in the mess, and with a mission to share that mess, it's just growing. It's growing my confidence, it's growing your witnessing, it's growing this community. And if I can do this, then I know these mamas can tackle the chaos. I know that they can do so much more. Father God, give us strength to continue to be a woman on a mission. Give us the joy as we work through it, and remember that each and every day is a blessing, and we can choose to look on the bright side, or we can choose to look on the negative side, and we choose you, Father God. Thank you, and I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, guys, if you don't mind, give me a like. That really helps YouTube know that we're working hard over here. All right, see y'all tomorrow. Bye. I absolutely hate trying to figure out what's for dinner every single day, but there is hope, and I've come up with a couple of ways that helps at least my little brain figure out what's for dinner. Hey mamas, today we're in day 27 of the FlyLady baby steps. Buckle up, baby. We're gonna take a little ride. On Thursdays, usually we do errand day, and that is the day that we get out of the house and we run all of those errands that mamas have to do, like go to the grocery store. Today I thought I would take you along as we talk about the baby step for today, which is menu planning. I'm gonna give you all of my tips so that you can start doing it a little bit easier. So now I take these little post-it notes and I start writing down 4 or 5 meal options based on the proteins that I have in the refrigerator or the freezer that I need to use up. So before you start to meal plan, you should always check and see what you have that needs to be used so that you're always using up the stock that you currently have. I'll put a link here to a video that I did about menu planning and some tips to make it go a little bit smoother. What I suggest you do is shop your shelves like Kimmy over at She's in Her Apron recommends, and then make a list of foods that you can create from the things that you currently have, and then a list of things that you need to add to it that maybe you're run out, so that you have a good grocery list that's actually workable. So I never get more than like 4 or 5 meals planned, and I don't designate a specific day. I like to write them on post-it notes because then I can move them around depending on how life throws at us. Here is what it looks like. Everybody knows the options for this week. Always include a leftover day. Nobody likes it, but it's mandatory. So that is gonna go on my refrigerator so that it's easy to keep up with.
So one of my best tips is to have a menu plan, and the best way to create a menu plan is to have some of your very favorite recipes all in one area. So when I find a family favorite that's quick and easy, I put it in my control journal under my food options. So I always like to check and see what's on sale. So I've got a little cheat sheet of what is on sale at the other store so that while I'm at Walmart, I can take a look and see if their proteins are a better deal. What I am noticing is that Walmart's prices that used to be like the best prices in town are now nowhere close the price that you can get sale everywhere else. So shop carefully, guys. Well, Walmart was a bust. Basically, I got cat litter and some decorations for Valentine's Day. No groceries. The prices were ridiculous. Alright, we are at Aldi. Aldi has the best produce and most reasonable prices of just about all of our stores. So, but they're also quite busy today, so I don't know what I'll get to film. So I always like to have at least one go-to meal that I can keep in the freezer. So anything that's super fast and easy that you can throw together at the last minute, or if things change and you didn't have time to start that roast in the morning, it's always a good plan to have a backup. And don't forget, shop the sales, use the coupons and the rebates. You can save a lot of money by just taking a look at what's out there and what's on sale. I'll put links below to all of my rebate and coupon places that I like to use. If you'd like to join my team, I'd love to have you. So this is what I'm talking about. Kroger has sirloin tip roast for $6.99 a pound, but here at Aldi, they've got it for $5.49 a pound. So I'm going to be picking up one of these roasts instead of the ones over in Kroger. Shop the sales! Always try to shop actual ingredients for your meal and not randomness. So the first things on my list are the things I must have to put together a meal for the family. The last few things are just stock up things that I see that I might need to pick up. But always, always make sure you have all the ingredients for your meal plan, because nothing is worse than when you don't have everything you need and it's time to cook dinner. And another thing, don't go picking out 5 brand new recipes. That's chaos. I mean, total craziness. Go with what you know and maybe add 1 or 2 a month. So, Kroger, got a few more things. So I found some loin chops, really good looking pork chops on reduce. So we're probably gonna just do that tonight. I mean, they were like $10 cheaper than usual, so I love it when I get lucky, but this was the last day of their sale, so I think they're just clearing out the stock, which is awesome.
So now that we're home and I got all that stuff done, I'm in my cozy, comfy clothes and I'm grabbing a slice of pizza for lunch. But at least it's not for dinner, right? If you are wanting to know a little bit more about how we put it all together so that we keep on top of all of the errands and all of the menu planning. I'm going to link a playlist here that's going to help you figure out how to spread out these tasks so that you're not overwhelmed all the time. Hi friends, so today we are in day 28 of the FlyLady Baby system, and today it's all about taking care of the one person that gets forgotten all the time, and that is you. Right now today, I want you to think about a couple of different ways that you can reward yourself every day with a 15-minute break. And that 15 minutes can be anything that you want to be. So we're going to create a list today and think outside of the box. What makes you happy? What would recharge your batteries? So I'm in my bathroom because one of the things that I truly enjoy is a really nice relaxing bath. I have a huge bathtub and I like to keep some bath salts right here and a candle at the other end, because when I come in here, I want the candle going. I'm gonna put some bath salts in and I'm just gonna soak. 15 minutes soaking in the tub at night to shut the night down really recharges me. It helps me sleep better. I try to do this at least once a week so that I really do get that really quality rest and just pamper myself. I love to get or ask for gifts that I would normally not get myself. So one Christmas, I asked my husband to get me a new face. This just stimulates collagen production and kind of tightens the skin. Being able to do this during my morning routine, just a few minutes every other day, I feel like eventually maybe I'm gonna get rid of some of the crow's feet and things like that, but at the very least, I feel like I'm pampering myself and maybe putting off the really bad aging signs a little bit longer, if you know what I mean. But you could totally do just a really good face mask. You could, deep condition your hair, like any kind of a little thing that you like to incorporate in your daily routine, morning or night would be nice. But every single day you're gonna add 15 minutes for personal time. Sometimes it's as simple as enjoying a quiet coffee. I love coffee. I love when the house is empty first thing in the morning when everybody goes to school and work, to really reflect and to pray and to read my Bible with a really amazing cup of coffee. So one of the ways that I love myself is that I actually buy the little Nespresso pods that are so good. It's like going to one of those fancy coffee places. So I had them for my husband, I had them for myself. That is just one extra way that we can love on each other, plus save some money from taking the trip to go get the coffees. I love to read, and there are times that I don't read as much as I need to. So one of the ways that I like to do that is at least once or twice through the week, taking a 15-minute break to pick up a good book. It really is enjoyable, plus it helps your mind stay stimulated. It helps your mind stay focused, and it's been proven that reading really does help as you get older. Sometimes it's as simple as my favorite blanket that I just got for Christmas from my hubby, super warm and cozy on these cold winter mornings. A secret addiction to a game on my iPad that my husband and I both play. So having a few minutes to get on there and just play Merge Mansion. So guys, those are just some of the things that I really enjoy, but there's so many more. You really need to be drinking your water, having those healthy snacks, being active, like find some ways that you can really and truly do something that's purely for your own enjoyment, and don't feel guilty about it. Set a timer. You have 15 minutes to do anything you want to do, and it's approved. It's FlyLady approved. Let me know in the comments below, what are the couple of things that you really enjoy doing for yourself, and are you doing them every day, or is this something that you need to work on, is loving yourself a little bit every day? Those are just some of the things that I really enjoy, but there's so many more, and you need to be doing one 15-minute thing every day, because while we're cleaning and we're doing all of the things to take care of our family, we forget ourselves. Oh my gosh, guys, why have I not been doing this all month? This has been my favorite day. Yes! Today we are deep diving on a pamper mission straight from the FlyLady, and I will tell you right now, this one was worth the wait. So like we talked about yesterday, it is so important to take 15 minutes every day to do something good for you, something that will just kind of love on yourself. But What do you do? Well, FlyLady has a plan for that. Hey guys, and welcome to day number 29 of the FlyLady Baby Steps. So today we are going to go on the website, FlyLady.net, and go to the Pamper Me section and find the Pamper Mission that she's got for us. So let's take a look and see what she says. This is a fun one, so it's not all about work today. We are going to have a little bit of fun. She says let's do a face mask. So I picked up this one from Amazon. I'll put a link below and we're going to give it a try. I really like the Hydro Boost with Neutrogena for my like face creams and things like that. So I think that this one's going to be really good. Plus, I have a little bit of sensitive skin, so I definitely don't want to do something that's, you know, going to cause me to get red or bumpy or anything like that. So first of all, we're going to wash my makeup off and get going. So I always start with a clean face so that all of this goodness will soak straight in. So let's see what it says. So basically all you're going to do is just open this up, put it on your face. Oh my gosh, this is so slippery. I'm guessing this is the eye part, so here we go. Looking cute. So we'll put this on and then we're going to let it sit for 15 minutes. So you do this, you can do this once a week, you can do this more often if you need to. But man, that feels so good. Oh my goodness, that feels so good. All right, now we're going to set a timer and let it soak in. So I can honestly say that I'm really loving this, and I can see doing this regularly. It smells good, it's so cooling, and it just feels so yummy. I definitely think this is going to be a mandatory, like every week kind of thing for me because it is so amazing. And I can just listen to my favorite podcast while I'm sitting here with you guys. What have you guys done this week that is for you and only you? Guys, it is so hard to sit still for a full 30 minutes. I still have like 12 minutes left and I'm literally like pacing because I'm like, I need to be working on this and I need to be working on that. So my advice to you is to just breathe and enjoy this moment. This mask said 15 to 30 minutes, so I was going to try to do the full 30 and get the most out of it. But I'm already up on the computer trying to do a little bit of work. So I don't know how long I'll be able to make it last. But the nice thing is it's sticking very well. So I could be working if I needed to. I'm telling you right now, my first impression, the Neutrogena Hydro Boost mask is amazing. It feels really good. It's like cooling and very moisturizing. Like I can tell that it's just so soft underneath. So we're gonna give it a few more minutes and then go take this off and see how it does. All right, so it has been the full 30, so we're just gonna peel this off. Oh, that feels amazing. That's really nice. You guys, this was one of my favorite days all month long because this felt amazing. And, you know, there's satisfaction in a clean house, but when I slowed down and did this, this was worth everything. Go get you one of these. I'll link in the description below anything that I've talked about in the last couple of days with the self-care if you'd like to grab it. It makes life a little easier if you're wanting to get exactly what I used. So today we're going to talk about 3 equally effective ways that you can keep up with everything that you've got to juggle when you're a mom, all in a calendar. Let's talk. My name is Terry, and if today is your first day, we are deep diving into day 30 of the FlyLady baby steps, but you can start today right where we are. You can go back and watch everything else to catch up, but it really is a start from now going forward kind of situation. Today we're talking about calendars and why it's such a good idea to actually learn how to use them to keep up with all the things that are actually driving you crazy. So today I'm at the kitchen table because I really need to deep dive into how to set up a calendar and how I actually use it. And FlyLady sells calendars. You're welcome to go buy her calendar, but you don't have to wait for it to come in. Grab you a calendar of some type, whether you print one off of, offline, or you've got a planner. I have that as well, or even an iPad. I've got the digital planner version as well. I use all of them for different things. We are going to talk about it today. This is just a printable calendar. I've got this listed over on my website, todaywithterrykay.com. I have the traditional calendar set up in my planner, and I've got days that I'm going to be working with my grandson. I've got days that I've got filming going on, and I've got birthdays added in so that I can keep up with all of it. But that is not the only way to use a calendar. It's important, and we're going to do that, but we also want to use it to keep track of some home type of things so that you're always one step ahead of what's coming around the corner, because there's nothing worse than not having a present for someone's party. There's nothing worse than not having the ingredients for the cookies that you've got to take to your son's, preschool tomorrow. It's gonna save you time, save you money if you set things up and really learn to live with it and to put forth effort to keeping it going. So first of all, go ahead and get the list of all of the birthdays that you've got. Grab your school calendar for all the elementary schools, high schools, all of the school things, all of the extracurriculars, and spend a few minutes right now jotting all of those important dates on your calendar. So now I take these little Post-it notes and I start writing down 4 or 5 meal options based on the proteins that I have in the refrigerator or the freezer that I need to use up. So before you start to meal plan, you should always check and see what you have that needs to be used so that you're always using up the stock that you currently have. So once I get them, I just kind of stick them over here on my calendar, and I don't even put them on the day. I just put them at the edge at the bottom, and that way I can pick these up and move them around when I figure out what day I actually want to do these things. So my calendar is going to look a little something like this. I've just got a list of options, and I make sure I have all of this, and I always include a leftover day. Nobody likes it, but it's mandatory. So that is going to go on my refrigerator so that it's easy to keep up with. So the other thing that we're going to track is our daily focus, and we will get into the daily focus in more detail after we complete the baby steps. What I will show you is how I track it. So I use both the regular planner, and then I also have a digital version of it, and so it's easier for me to use the digital version when it comes to these kinds of things, so that if I need to rearrange something, all I have to do is just circle it. I can drag it and move it around. It doesn't have to be done on that day or at that time period. So I love that for my home maintenance and things like that, because you and I both know things go off the rails very quickly around the house. So I have that, and with this particular planner, they have the daily routines already in there. All I have to do is mark them off as I get them done. So it's a time saver for me. But each day you're gonna go in and you're gonna just write out what the daily focus is. So for today, I am going to be doing what they call the weekly home blessing hour. That's just a reset of the house after the weekend. I'm gonna check in with you guys in the Facebook group. I'm also gonna go ahead and pre-plan out my February calendar. I've got my plan for decluttering. I'm gonna tackle the stairs closet, and then zone cleaning. I need to hit the cobwebs and clean the windows. That's my plan for today. Now, if something happens and I don't get all of this done, I will adjust the plan and make a new plan for tomorrow. But that is my plan. I also include over here what my meal is that I have planned for the day, how much money I'm spending for the day, and then a kind of a gratitude type of thing. I have the exact same planner in the paper version. So this one is more of like my content calendar that I use for YouTube and my blog posts and things like that. So I write my ideas, I write when things are due. So on my physical planner, I'm doing that a bit more because those I try to be really hardcore about. Now, you can buy digital planners 1,000 different ways. You just have to have an Apple Pencil or some kind of a tablet and pencil, and you have to have an app that hosts the planner, like GoodNotes or Notable or one of those. GoodNotes seems to be like far and away the one that's most commonly used. So if you don't want to hassle, I suggest downloading that one. I think now it's a small fee for the app, but then you can buy any digital planner that you want. I have found that the ones that have a lot of links to them and they're a little more detailed, I prefer that, but that is more advanced. So a beginner one can be just a flat lay like that one that you just write on, and there's not a lot of links to it. That's perfectly fine. I have a ton of videos over here that you can watch if you're interested in learning more about digital planning. With paper planning, caution that I have for you is don't get all caught up in making it pretty, because if you're actually using the planner, you're going to need to mark things out. You're going to need to move things around, and it's going to look a little bit messy. And if you spend 3 hours decorating this thing and then having to like rearrange things, you're gonna be miserable because it's not pretty anymore. And I was there for years, love decorating a planner, but it's simply not practical for where I am right now. A planner isn't a magic potion. It doesn't solve all your problems, but what it does do is kind of help you stay on top of things and pre-plan things like a birthday party. If you know ahead of time that there's someone that's having a birthday on Friday, then the week before you need to be thinking about, do I need to buy a card? Do I need to get a gift? Am I taking food to them? What is going on and how can I be prepared for it? I am the worst at this. I'm telling you, like, birthdays come and go and I will miss them, and they're in my plan. So even though it's a planner, it's not perfect, but I do think that I get a lot more done with the use of these, and I stay a lot more focused on the important things. So get a planner, put your menu plans in it, put your birthdays and holidays in it, use it every single day to track the things that you need to get done around your house, and you may just find that you get so much more done and you're more efficient, and I hope that this works for you. And don't forget to mark your tracking sheet. All right, yay. Okay guys, so tell me in the comments below, do you have a planner? Are you using it? Is it digital? Is it paper? Give me all the details, because I want to know if there's a better way that I can be doing it as well. And until next time, I will leave you with a quick prayer. Heavenly Father, I just praise you and I thank you, Father God, for today. I thank you for the loved ones that we have, for the friends and family that we've met and we've brought along with us throughout this journey of life. I pray that you will just watch over and keep them safe. Send them blessings and just love and support from all angles. Father God, as we go into new routines, as we go into changing our lives, there are going to be so many speed bumps and so many negative thoughts that we come against. I just pray that you will just strengthen us and fill us with your joy and your strength, that we can tackle anything that comes our way. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, guys, go have a good day. Bye. And I will see y'all next week when we're going to come back and talk a little bit more about our favorite lady, the Fly Lady.